talking about the scammers, we also got to mention Bobbi Althoff. Big up Bobbi Althoff, who has signed off on her podcast, the really good podcast. Bobbi Althoff, the one who went famous for her deadpan interviews, the one who went famous for interviewing Drake and was notorious for breaking up with her husband, which seemed like she broke up with her husband in order to kind of pursue this career as being a content creator and whatever else it may be, has decided to end her podcast. Now, some people are hypothesizing it could be because of the dwindling views, the lack of guests and stuff. It could be because of her own controversy and shit. Who fucking knows? Most likely, you would imagine with someone like this, it's probably just based on views. She was probably, getting a certain number of views in the beginning, and obviously that was very dependent on the guest. Over time, as her clout has dwindled, those kind of guests have kind of dried up, and because no one's really there for her, the views have kind of decided to kind of dip, and here we are in this situation. She announced it with an interesting video that she put out. I think this was part of the last podcast, kind of answering questions and shit that she did alongside of her sister, where she kind of announces that the podcast is ending. And in my opinion, I feel like this is a bit of a troll. I don't feel like it's ended. I feel like maybe this chapter of this podcast is ended and she's going to relaunch it under a separate name. But it is an interesting rise and fall that we're witnessing in real time with this girl's career, because she really was on the top of the mountain and suddenly came kind of spiraling down very, 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 very quickly. And I can't work out why, because her face fits, cute white girl. She's got this little stick about her where she's like socially awkward and shit, and maybe has some tism about her. But somehow she ended up fumbling. How did she fumble? Why did she fumble?
At the end of the day, she was good, and I'm going to miss her, and I'm gonna miss. I will miss doing this podcast, and I will miss the money this podcast brought me. As you guys know, this podcast started off just with a girl with a dream to make more money, and I knew
2 mentions of money in this 1 minute clip maybe tell you everything you need to know about maybe why the show didn't survive. I know we all love money and we all want to make money off this sort of thing, but maybe that singular pursuit, that single vision of just only going after the bag is what kind of fucked things up in the long run, in the long term. Maybe that's the situation here at hand. Who knows?
When I started that it was going to go places, I didn't know I would fall off as quickly as I did. To be honest, I did think this was going to last a bit longer. But nevertheless, it lasted a minute, and I'm proud of the accomplishments I have, and I'm pretty sad that it has to end like this, but it's okay. Things in life happened. Everything in life happens for a reason, or mostly everything. Kind of not everything. Some things happen in life for a reason. But let's go down memory lane. I want to talk about the guests I had, and just a little recap, of everything.
So yeah, there you have it. Her announcing the end of the show. And I guess, not much has been lost, because I don't think she really provided that much anyway when it comes to interviews and shit. I think the shtick kind of ran its course pretty quickly. Maybe, was Offset after? I'm not too sure what was it, but it felt like she had some really good ones with Offset, Drake, and what's his fucking name? The other guy, I forgot his name, the black dude. And who's kind of got the similar sort of shtick that she has. But after that, it kind of dried up a bit. I don't think I watched a single one after the fact. I remember there was a viral one with what's his name? With the other guy, Mark something, who's really rich, who's got his feet out and shit. But that's really about it. But I'm also wondering, I wonder if part of the reason why she and this is a reach. This is a big reach. But I wonder if part of the reason why she flopped was all that conversation about her allegedly divorcing her husband and leaving her family. Or her husband divorcing her, actually, if I'm not mistaken, because she was trying to pursue this career and go kind of balls to the wall, all in with it. So she decided to kind of just, commit everything to it and sacrifice her family. I wonder if that's what was the reason, because I think when men do it, no one seems to care. But I think when women do it, people don't respond too well. Men and women either side, I don't think responded too well to this notion that this young lady had essentially abandoned her family in the pursuit for clout, or in chasing the Drake bag, or whatever else it may be. I wonder if that played a part in it. I doubt it, really, to be completely honest, because, social media audience having a moral compass and shit, and then admonishing someone for it feels a bit rich, considering all the content we watch and consume over there on our various feeds. It might have just been a purely equality issue. The show just was proper shit. I never knew what even the show was called, her podcast. I just see clips on social media. So I think that kind of tells you everything you need to know about that thing. So maybe it just wasn't that good and it kind of ran its course. But, you know, knowing her, she'll definitely get a second, third, fourth chance. That's for sure. I do anticipate her announcing a new show on a new network with money behind her, because there's no way this girl's doing this by herself, by the way. If you think this girl's gonna bootstrap her own fucking career and stuff, that's not happening. She's got a taste of the good life. She's been given bags and sponsorships and been able to be on networks and shit. I reckon there's still a good. She still has a couple more deals in her to squeeze out before she becomes completely irrelevant. But I think she will. So don't be surprised if you do see an announcement from her soon with the relaunch of this show, because I think this is just a bit of a play, a little bit of a play, you know, to kind of get herself viral again, to kind of get people's attention again. But I think there is definitely something else coming down the pipeline, even if no one wants to hear it or see it. I think that's going to happen.